Hello everyone, this is Nitya Priya, and here also we are going to see the concept of creating an ASP.NET application using distributed technology. We have seen many concepts like .NET Framework, elements and the other things. Here also in this class we see how to create an ASP.NET application, how to write simple coding for creating an application and how to execute it using different environments, right? So we start now. We create an ASP.NET application in two ways, right? First, using a text editor we can create, and we can also have Visual Studio .NET environment to create ASP.NET application, right? So this is the first one. We can create ASP.NET web application in any one of the following ways. Number one is using a text editor, right? So how to use a text editor? The text editor can be anything. For example, Notepad. In Notepad only we'll type programs for Java and the other things, right, for PHP, etc. So for .NET also the same Notepad we can use as text editor, and after typing the code we can save the code as an ASPX file. So we know well the ASP.NET file will be created only with the extension .aspx. So we have to, when we use the text editor, that should be explicitly saved as file name with .aspx. That extension we should include, right? So that should be saved in the directory C inetpub then ww root. So this is the path where it should be, right? So to display the output of the web page, the Internet Explorer or any browser, we have to type http://localhost then file name .aspx. See, one thing is very important. If we have the local host, so automatically we can give http localhost with file name .aspx, right? So this localhost, if we save the file in the root directory, automatically the local host will load the particular file on the browser. So we'll get the output of the file eventually. So that is about the first thing, right? So if the IIS server is installed on some other machine, for example, if it is not as a local host, we have to replace the name of the machine or the name of the directory on the place where localhost is typed. So default it is HTTP localhost. If it is saved in some other network or some other directory, we have to give that directory's name. So that's it, right? Then if save the file in some other directory, for example, if it is not saved in the root directory, then the additional the other types of saving the file is we can save the file in the default virtual directory. There will be a virtual directory which is default in the local host, which is IIS server. We can save there, or we can create our own directory also, right? So these are all the ways we can save a file and we can run a file. Whatever ways we have saved, we have to give the file to execute it. We have to give http://localhost. If some other directory, the directory name, then file name .aspx. So this is the way that has to be run, right? Now we see how we create ASP.NET application, right? This is the coding. It's a simple coding. There is only one line of coding I've included, right? So any ASP page, any dynamic ASP page can be created with the directory at symbol is the directory, okay, and the element will start and end with the percentage symbol, right? So this indicates any block within the percentage symbol is created with a particular coding language that we have specified. Here we have specified VB. So any code that is typed here will be compiled using the VB compiler. That's it, right? So we see the next statement. On the bottom we see the next statement, which is response.write. So to give any output in VB we give response.write. So we give response.write within brackets. The text that is to be that is to appear on the screen will be is given. Right? Hello we will get on the screen when it is run. Right. So this is how we use the text editor and we type the program. Right. Now the other way of creating an ASP.NET application is this Visual Studio.NET IDE. IDE is Integrated Development Environment. Right. So using Visual Studio.NET IDE also we can create an ASP.NET application. So there we can create the application using what you see is what you get manner. Right. You know what is that? For any control to appear on the screen, we just need to double click on the control, or we can drag and drop. That's it, right? So that is it. So we can create web application, and the web application is automatically created on the web server. When we use IDE, no need to give the path explicitly. It will be automatically created in the local host only. So no need to give the directory name, this, that and all. Explicitly the .asps extension, the path, everything will be created. So this is the easy way of creating ASP.NET application, right. So this is how we create a dynamic application. I'll tell the meaning of the coding. Anytime the .NET applications coding will be run on the server only. So by default it is run at equals server. Run at is the attribute of script tag. So for that attribute we give the value server. This is by default we give server for ASP.NET. Then beside that there's another attribute which is language. So language equals the language name we give. If that is C#, we give C#. This VB, we give VB. If there is JScript, we give JScript. So that is how we give. So that is the script element, and the third line the script is closed. So between these two elements the code will be typed. Okay, right. Okay. Now here we see some of the steps by which the ASP.NET application can be created. We can create ASP.NET application using Visual Basic by creating Visual Basic Web Application Project, right? This is IDE environment. When we get into Visual Studio.NET, we'll get that. Okay, I'll show the diagram in the next slide. So what will appear is, I'll do it. Right? So this is the environment, right? So select file will be there. In the select file we can give new to create a new file, or we can to select the existing file we can give open, right? So we give new for the first time when we are creating, we give new, then we give project. So for a new dialog box will appear for creating a new project, right? So we can select the Visual Basic projects from the selection pane. Okay, so there two main boxes will appear. One is name box, another one is location box. In the name box, it will contain the default name of an application. We can leave it or we can change it. In the location box, it contains the entire path of the particular file. We can have it, or if we want to change it, we can also change it. So that is about the two boxes. See, this is the compartment, name and location. See the bottom of the bottom portion, name box and location box. By default, if we want to have that name, we can have, or want to change, we can do that also. Right. Then this is how we create a VB application. Then for creating a C# application, the same thing is followed. Instead of choosing VB, we can give C#. See, on the left side, Visual Basic Projects is there for creating VB project. Visual C# project. If you want to create a Visual C# project, we can select also that, right? So any programming language we can select there, and the same name box and location box will be there also, where we can change it or we can leave the default names. So that's it. Only the software device. There it is VB, here it is C#. That's it. and here I have given some of the web links with which you can also refer the concepts, and you can understand the concepts better. And now we are going to see one example for creating an ASP.NET application, right? So here I have created an ASP.NET application, and I want to show you the path. See, it is http://localhost. So this is how it will run. We have just, after creating the application, we have given F5, or the green color triangle button we have clicked, and it has just appeared like this here, http://. So it will automatically come. This has been run using visual.net. So that IDE, using that IDE we are running this. Okay, so this is the form's output, and here we are getting the response of this form. After giving the details and other thing, when we give submit, we'll get this form, and this is also running under the same domain, http://localhost. It is running. Okay, and I hope you understand the concept. So we saw how to create a simple ASP.NET application, and what are the two ways of creating it, and how we can create a web application using VB, and how we can create application using C#. So both the things we saw, and we also saw an example for this. And I hope you understood the video, and thanks for watching.